Welcome to Hospital Podcast episode 379. I'm London Elektricity, and I'm extremely happy to be joined in the studio by the mercurial Mr. Mitekiss. Johnny, how are you doing?
Very, very well. Happy to be here.
Good. And we're celebrating the release of your album that comes out today. What's it called?
Crate 6-7. Very excited.
We will go into all things Crate and 6 and 7 and Mitekiss throughout the duration of this podcast, which is actually a first because we're going to play through your entire album. That doesn't mean, people at home, that you don't have to go and buy Johnny's album. And there's a very good reason to go and buy Johnny's album, which we'll talk about later. But meanwhile, this is Farmost, featuring Emer Dineen on vocals.
Can I call on you when the night gets too long? Can I call on you? I'm at war with my mind, and you're the only freedom I can find. When I can't hold on, can I call on you? I can't hold on, my demons all night so low. Can I call on you? Can I call on you?
So, where did the title come from for this, Johnny? Farmost. What's that all about?
It was one of those things. It was just about looking forwards into the future, kind of, initially. And a lot of the albums like that, actually, a lot of them reference viewpoints or angles. Strangely. So, also the lyrics that Emer came up with contributed towards it being called Farmost.
Was it called Farmost before you sent her the music?
I can't actually remember, potentially, as a sketch name.
I think it was.
Oh, okay, so maybe it was that way around.
Yeah, I think so.
They're rolling like the tide from the farmost corners of my mind. Goes up like begging hands and chasing broken fragments of my life. On nights like this, it's hard to breathe. Become a maze of shadows. My body's heavy, feeling weak. I lie awake too long.
And incoming is the title track, Crate 6-7. Now just check this out. It's not on the manifest. I love that. I would wager that this is the only drum and bass tune ever to be made that has got those lyrics in it.
Yeah, very unique. And obviously it helped me name the album.
And let's not tell anyone what Crate 67 is. You know, you've told me, but we're not going to tell anyone else. He's got a slight Australian accent. Have you noticed that? The guy talking.
Yeah, maybe. Just waiting for it now.
Antipodean, anyway. Now this is a very, very special tune. This is called Viewpoint, featuring Emilienne Chouadossi. Is that right?
Chouadossi.
Okay,
I
okay.
think.
Don't you fly from me.
Now, Emilienne is brand new to me. Where did you find her?
I heard her on a drum and bass record randomly on SoundCloud, and then I googled her and realised maybe she was on like 3 tracks. One was a hip hop record, and I just thought she's got a phenomenal voice. So I basically just had to get in touch with her. She is like a jazz singer. She does a lot of live jazz. Like, you can check her out on YouTube. Hasn't been on a lot of dance records before, so hopefully I'll work with her again too.
You better. This is absolutely amazing. Let's check this out. This is Viewpoint.
Don't you fly from me. Darling, be my treasure. Won't you come to me? Need a
really kind of ecstatic vocals and music. It kind of takes you back to Rotary Connection, For Hero, that whole kind of vibe. Absolutely brilliant soundscape. Is there anything that you wanted to really kind of achieve with this tune?
To keep that simplicity, but also that subtle layering, you know, with the different textures and the brass you can hear coming in and the strings. But just a soft, warm feeling.
I think Viewpoint says a lot about you as well, because in your other incarnation, you deal with visuals, don't you? That's what you do. Yeah,
I do a lot of design, graphic design, so...
That's kind of that's how you paint your pictures of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, something I've been doing for like 15 years plus, so...
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, at what point did you start making music? Have you always made music?
Pretty much, I would say from 14, around that age. Just working on an old computer with I think it was Wavelab, just chopping up old records and having fun.
You made music in Wavelab?
I think it was Wavelab, that's all we had, so I just used to chop audio.
Because that's mastering software.
It might have been Wavelab. Effectively, it was one track audio.
Wow, yeah.
Chop, save it down, re-import, and just knocking about.
That is a first. I've never ever heard of anyone, but I really like the idea of it, because it's a bit like using a tape recorder.
Yeah, it might not have been Wavelab, but it was a very simple audio editing tool.
Incoming is a tune called Flight. And any story behind the title on this?
No.
It just felt like you were flying when you made the tune.
Yeah.
Wicked. So presumably, Johnny, you're not using Wavelab anymore. What are you using now?
I use Cubase.
Yes, my Cubase brother.
I know, I've just upgraded from 5 as well, only like in the last month to...
What, you're 9?
I'm on 8.
8's my favourite.
Because it lets you use 32 bits still.
Yeah, so. exactly. That's why I don't like 9. Cubase 8 is the one. Yes, geeks out there, it's all about Cubase.
Can I just give a shout out to Natus for the string part on this?
Wicked.
That's
yes.
Unbelievable, yeah, I love it.
Andrew Natus, absolutely amazing, talented guy. Had a track on New Blood last year. Well, actually this year. This year's not over yet. Feels like it is for some reason, don't know why. And shout out to Andrew. I do hope that you get better soon, mate. He's having a few problems with his ears. Some kind of infection. Sounds quite nasty. But it's not affecting his violin playing, so that's the most important thing. So, obviously a very interesting thing about you is that when you came to the office and we talked about signing you, and we'd heard some of your releases on Shogun, and you brought along a folder of sketches, and me and Chris were sitting in the studio at the old building, getting really excited about your music, and then you broke the news.
Right, what news?
That you didn't want to DJ.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't. I've never DJ'd. It's a craft, like I mentioned before. It's something I haven't had experience in.
It made me really happy. I don't know why.
Yeah, surely it's not a good thing.
Well, it made me happy probably because I knew it would really upset Josh Robinson, who is our events manager.
Yeah.
And it would. The thought of it really, really, really pissing him off kind of made me happy. Because he absolutely hates it when we sign people who can't play hospitality in the UK, and you know, so
you sign me out of spite.
Basically, it was nothing to do with how good your music is.
Fair enough.
It was just to upset Josh.
Cheers.
But no, it's genuinely refreshing to find a music producer who essentially makes a form of dance music who doesn't want to be a DJ.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, I guess, because obviously the two go hand in hand. And I definitely miss out on some of that vibe you would get from being a DJ.
Now moving on now, this tune's called, is it Hutan or Hutan?
I say Hutan.
You say Hutan. Where does Hutan come from? Who is Hutan? Is it just an invented word?
No, I don't think it is. I'd have to go back through my vast collection of name notes.
Okay. Collection of name notes. I like that. Have you got one document with loads and loads of name ideas on it?
Well, it's more of just scribbles on bits of paper. After Googling.
It's very, very important. All people out there who create stuff, keep notes of names that come into your head because it's so important. Interesting names are essential. For example, if someone wants to find your tune, and if they Google Hutan, they're going to come across your tune.
Perhaps, or they might come across an orangutan.
Well, that's okay. But what they're not going to come across is loads of other people's tunes.
Yeah, it's a bit like my actual artist name as well.
Exactly.
Mitekiss is obviously I can easily win at Google on that one.
So you understand this, and is that because of your previous business or your current other business that you do?
Yeah, definitely a little bit. I think was because of that. I wanted something that you could definitely search and find easily. And also, people keep telling me it's got a bit of a Scandinavian vibe to the name.
What, Hutan?
No, Mitekiss.
I don't know about Mitekiss. Hutan could be Finnish or kind of like Estonian or I don't know.
Yeah.
Mitekiss it just kind of means that you're available and that you might kiss anyone.
Yeah. I made a tune ages ago called Dust Mites, and I just really like the spelling of Mite, and that's where it came from originally.
Right. Creepy crawly mites.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do look amazing under a microscope, actually. Right. Now, as we're going through the entire album, I'm deciding on the fly what order to play the tracks in. It's quite interesting. So give me a minute on this one.
That's all right. Mitekiss bingo.
I like it. Shouted from Miss Baltica, who likes the colour pink. I'm currently wearing a pink sweatshirt, basically because it's absolutely freezing right here in the hospital space that is going to be our studio. And Roger Reed says, been loving the podcast on Spotify on my daily commute. Recently started collecting vinyl. Looking forward to my Forza soundtrack to arrive. Now, Johnny, you have a tune on the Forza soundtrack, don't you?
Yes, Veloce.
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 Veloce. And for some reason, I'm unable to play it. I don't know why.
You got to buy the game to play it, so.
Hold tight. Someone's coming into the room. Maybe third time lucky with a copy of Veloce that I can actually play. Anyway, the Forza Horizon soundtrack was out last Friday. And it was an experiment for us. We've never released an original soundtrack to anything, a game or a movie or whatever, before in our lives. So we didn't know if anyone was going to buy it. But it went to number 1 in the US dance charts, which is quite
amazing,
outstanding. It's time for Mr. Porter to make an appearance, I think, don't you?
Yes.
Who is Mr. Porter?
My brother-in-law.
Keeping it in the family, keeping it tight.
Yeah. No, someone I've known for since I was 13. Friend of my brothers and sister. Grown up with him, amazing vocalist. So now I get to use him all the time for vocals, and he happily obliges.
He's got a really good range of tone and kind of character in his voice as well.
Yeah, it's hard for me on the inside because I hear it a lot, so it's hard to know how other people hear that. But he's got an amazing voice. So.
Well, this is another sad song. It sounds quite happy to me, though.
Well, it's quite aggressive, I think.
Oh.
I know the world keeps moving on, so I sing my song. I can't stop these tears from falling down. Another sad song to match my frown. Won't you please help me escape from this? I need to find a way to oblivion. Free me from the sadness. Like the tears of a clown rolling down, rolling
Definite kind of 70s flavour to the vocal on this one.
Yeah, Grant, Mr. Porter did it in one take. He basically just freestyled to this whole thing for about 12 minutes.
Wicked.
Lots of like a bluesy vibe, and then I just cut it up.
Yeah, it's kind of Creedence, Clearwater Revival, that kind of feel for me. I love it. Incoming, one of my highlights from the album. This is called Human. Now, Johnny, the Amen is an instrument unto itself.
Indeed.
And every producer has a different approach when it comes to using the Amen break and cutting it up. So, is it possible for you to talk me through the way you use the Amen and what you do to it and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, I've got the original cut from a vinyl, and then I separate all the layers. So I cut out all the snares, the hats, the kicks, and the ambient. So I end up with about 5 or 6 layers that I reprocess and put back together. So I can just pull out little bits slightly more. I don't time stretch it either, which I think is important, because you can, if you cut it well, you can just speed it up manually anyway. It keeps that original sound, but lots of processing.
Right. Do you add any extra kind of snares to the snare, or?
No, that is just the Amen, that one there. But it's got lots of distortion on it and lots of limiting just to keep it punching. It sounds like there's loads of headroom. It sounds really clean and funky. It hasn't kind of like, you haven't brick walled it at all. No, I think that's the separation that allows you that freedom to be able to,
Nice. I'm continually fascinated by the way different people use Amens in different ways.
Yeah.
And you do it all in audio. You don't load it into a sampler, or?
No, I don't really use samplers. I just do it manually in Cubase.
We are getting into extremely kind of geeky territory here, but for the variations on the break, do you randomise, or do you?
What's randomise?
Well, you can get plugins that actually randomise the order of samples.
No.
And you can kind of like, you can do loads of takes and then choose the best kind of random 8 bars or whatever. But you actually apply your brain to it and decide.
Well, I wish I'd known about that before.
Oh, really? Okay. There's a really good one called Replicant by Audio Damage.
Right. No, I mean, I do this manually. And just rearrange each bar painstakingly, but...
I didn't want to make you feel gutted then, by the way. Another highly accomplished piece of work incoming. This is Body Move from the Mitekiss album Crate 6-7, out right now on all formats. Deluxe triple vinyl. It's the very, very first salmon pink release on Hospital Records.
It's variations of salmon as well.
It is. It's like a wash.
I love it.
So what was the journey for the artwork?
I sent Ricky Trickart a mood board with lots of albums that I like the covers of, and also like a short brief. Short enough to not be annoying as a designer, because I know what that's like if you overdo it.
Because you know how a designer thinks.
Yes, yeah. I wanted him to have as much freedom as possible.
Wicked.
And I mean, he came back with that, so
it worked, didn't it? Because I remember the mood board you sent over. It looked nothing like this at all.
No, but it
triggered.
It had some of those 60s elements. You know, the simplicity. There's not a lot of text. It's very minimal. It's washed back aesthetically, so it touches a lot of those classic design principles and early 60s vibes too.
It's a beautiful piece of work. It's quite abstract as well, and
yeah, I mean, I think in the little squares there are little elements of my logo, the MK. So
yeah,
I love that touch too.
That is a really, really good touch. Some of them look like sails to me, like little sailing boats. But
you interpret it how you want.
I'm a bit simple like that, you see.
There's also one missing, the bottom right.
Maybe that is crate 6-7, the one that's missing.
Yeah, it's also a row of 7 and a row of 6 on a column of 6. Lots of hidden things going on.
Some deep thinking going on in the artwork department.
Pure choice, coincidence, I think.
Trick art does not do coincidence, you know that?
No, fair enough.
He's too clever.
That is also Mr. Porter there, just pitched down.
Is that him there? Okay. We're on a little Mr. Porter section now.
Adjust the lens to get the picture into focus. Frame the scene, tell a story, it's the opus. The light adds colour to expression so emotive. The night brings peace to my mind, that's why I wrote this.
Mr. Porter again. Wow, he's a man of many talents.
Yes. He's on almost every track in some way.
Don't fall out with him, please. I know he's family, but he will rinse you for royalties if you do.
I know.
Adjust the lens to get a picture into focus.
This is Lenz.
Frame the scene and tell a story, it's the opus.
I have some event news for you all out there, and obviously all of these gigs you're not going to see Mitekiss, which makes it worth going to them, just so that you can say that I went to an event that Mitekiss wasn't at.
So tonight, Jungle Jam and Danny Bird launching Atomic Funk at E1 in London. Absolutely massive gig. The lineup is as follows: Danny Bird, 2-hour set. Brooks Brothers, Molly Collins, Kenny Ken, Unglued, Ramjack, Carousel, Ragga Twins and Texas. The Jungle Jam lineup is Congo, Natty, Dillinger, Benny Page, Chopstick, Dubplate, Remark, Daisy, Jungle Jam, DJs, Skibbity and Jakes. I've got to say, it was absolutely wicked to see Unglued and Winey in fur coats on Saturday night in Cornwall at the Mars Ball because it was so cold. They were looking proper Del Boy, I can tell you. Great to see Danny as well, smashed it. Hospitality on the Beach is now officially on sale. It went on sale last Friday and the first wave of tickets sold out in 20 seconds. It was slightly ridiculous. So Johnny, come back to the microphone. Don't get bored because we're talking about events.
Oh no, I was just trying to warm up.
Are you going to come to the beach next year?
Yes.
Wicked. You don't have to DJ.
No, I'm just going to come for the sand.
If you like, you can give a seminar.
The seminar?
I mean, I'm just saying that. I don't know if we can give seminar. Well, we probably can.
What kind of seminar?
I don't know. On anything you want. Have a think about it.
Okay.
So yes, the beach. The lineup has not been announced, but the stage hosts are obviously Hospitality, Med School, Critical Music, Exit Records, Dubplate Style, which is Spy, Shogun Audio, Sun and Bass, Vibina, Cuckoo's Nest, Incubator and Main Squeeze. If you went last year, or if you know anybody who went last year, you will know that it is the best drum and bass holiday ever put on. It's wicked playing through your album because I keep thinking I played my favourite tunes, but then this tune comes on, Goolab, and this is definitely one of my favourites. It's really, really hard to choose.
Yeah, I think because the variety is, me too. I still haven't picked my favourite yet.
Yeah, there is an incredible variety on there. But this one really gets under your skin. I'm not going to talk much over this, so let's just listen to Goolab by Mitekiss. So Johnny, is that you on the piano there?
It is.
Is that the felt piano?
I believe so, yeah, by Spitfire.
So producers out there, you may not know about it, but Spitfire, who make these most amazing sample packs, also have a lot of free ones.
Yeah.
In their lab section.
Yeah, they're like $1.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. Get involved. And Spitfire operate out of Tileyard Studios, which is where Simone, who used to run the web shop, has gone to learn songwriting. She's doing a songwriting degree. So, yes, Simone, big shout out to you. We will be getting you in for sessions, I would say, quite a lot. Simone's got an amazing voice, which she kept. I was going to say she kept it quiet here, but she never kept her voice quiet. She just kept it quiet that she was a brilliant singer. And our events director Josh has just come into the room. He just scowled at Mitekiss.
No.
Did you see? He just he didn't smile at you. He was just like.
I know. He didn't even say hello this morning either.
His kind of owl eyes sort of followed you around.
Actually hates me.
Yeah. Good luck getting guest list for the beach. That's all I'm saying.
Can I get yours?
Okay. I'll sneak you in. I'll pretend you're one of my sons. I think out of all the debut albums that we've ever released, this is probably the most cohesive. I think cohesion is the word that I would apply to it, because although you're covering a lot of different styles, they all gel and fit together really, really, really well. You painted one picture with this whole album.
Yeah, I hope so. I wanted them to obviously sound like the same artist, because I know they do span a few different styles, but I hope there's like a centre that it sits in.
Definitely. This is called Turn Up. Shout incoming from Mr. Porter UK himself. Yes, Grant. And when he's not singing and being your brother-in-law, what does Grant do? What does Mr. Porter do?
He does various jobs. He's kind of like in the gig economy, if you like.
Okay.
He does just like bits of everything to try and feed himself. So. You know, and he's also working, I think he's just worked with Winey, right, as well?
Yeah.
On some more music, so...
Yeah.
I'm really excited to hear that. I haven't heard the final version yet.
Oh, Winey's album is taking shape, trust me. It's sounding really, really good.
He's still MCing as well. He just had a gig on the last weekend. So like I say, the modern age gig economy.
And that was a real gig?
It was an actual gig, yeah.
Yeah. Now this tune is actually a collaboration
Yeah.
with a brilliant artist called Naibu. What drew you to Naibu?
I've been listening to Naibu for so long now. What draws me to him is just, I think he just transcends D&B really. As an artist, he's just so good at making music. I've just always loved his albums. So
definitely, really, really good choice. It's called Fellowship, featuring Naibu. I want to give a shout out to Carlos Spy, who put on his Dubplate Spile event at Studio 338 on Friday night, and it was fantastic in there. It's the first time I've been inside the venue since it was redone after it burned down, and they've done an amazing job. There are 1,700 people in there, in the house for pure jungle. Shadow Child, Newtone, DJ Die, Carlos Spy, dropping some absolutely amazing tunes, 100% his own music. It was a fantastic night. It was really nice just to go there as a punter and just enjoy the sounds. It was brilliant. And we are bringing hospitality to Studio 338 for a Christmas special on Saturday the 15th of December. Tickets are currently on third release and they're already running low. The lineup is me, London Elektricity, with an artist called Special Guest TBA, Fred V Graphics, Lensman, Fabio Newtone, LSB, Winey, Kino, Seba, Makoto, Unglued, DJ Lenz, and the Med School room will have Kino, back-to-back Winey, DJ Mantra, Bop, Lakeway, Sweet Pea, and the Med School DJs. It is actually, believe it or not, our first After Dark club show in London for over 2 years. We will have a full Christmas market outside as well. I'm not quite sure what we're going to be selling at the Christmas market. Socks.
Sausages.
Yeah, there's got to be loads of like bratwurst and stuff, hasn't there? Glühwein and
hospital
all that
wine.
kind of stuff. Yeah, port. We could get Grant to come and do the porter stand.
Terrible.
Anyway, Johnny, I know you're not going to be DJing, but are you going to come to our Christmas party? Come on.
Wait, yeah. I'm saying yes to everything. Doesn't mean I will. That's just how I live my life. Yes, I'm going to come.
Could kind of wheel you out on stage with like, you know, with a big sign on your chest saying, I am Mitekiss, and then kind of like just pull you off again. That could be your PA, your personal appearance.
Yeah.
And this is a tune that is named after one of my favourite progressive rock bands.
Genesis.
Yeah, but the kind of Peter Gabriel one, not the Phil Collins one. I would say that just to upset Megan upstairs, who loves Phil Collins, anything to do with him. This is Genesis featuring Mr. Porter.
All I really wanted is to hold hold you, to hold you. Yeah. Been waiting for the longest for this moment, this moment, this moment. Yeah. Alpha, Omega, this is the beginning. You are my genesis. Alpha, Omega, this is the beginning. You are my genesis.
And this is the last cut from your album that we're going to play. It's called Straw Man. Now, to me, it does have a pagan feel to it. Is this deliberate?
What, the name Strawman?
Well, the name that does, but the music does too.
Yeah, I'll let your listeners Google what the meaning behind Strawman is.
Have you ever seen one being burnt?
No.
It's really quite something. But this definitely has Wicker Man vibes. This intro, it's like that kind of dance they do. Have you seen the Wicker Man?
I haven't actually.
Yeah, oh, mate.
I know.
You've written a tune called Straw Man. You need to see the Wicker Man.
Yeah,
Come on.
It's not based on that Straw Man.
It's a different kind of Straw Man.
Straw Man, the insult, but
interesting. You see, I'm totally naive, so I don't know what the insult is. I'll have to Google it myself now.
It's got that Black Panther vibe though, isn't it? Can't you pitch it to Black Panther 2?
Yeah, okay. Megan will do that. Well, good luck to everybody out there Googling what the insult straw man is, because I've just Googled it and I can't find it anywhere. Even on the Urban Dictionary.
Maybe I'm just using it as my own.
Well, that's great.
It's my thing.
So that means you can insult people and they won't even know that they've been insulted. I think that's genius. So I think to end this podcast, it's only right and proper if we play your tune from the Forza Horizons 4 soundtrack, Veloce.
Veloce.
And Forza Horizons is also available right now. It came out last week. I think the Glow in the Dark vinyl has probably sold out by now. But it's available on all kind of streaming and digital formats. So Johnny, where are you off to next? Because I know you're not going to go off to a gig or anything. What does a typical Mitekiss day consist of?
Ooh, well, today, I don't know. I'm gonna hang around here for a bit,
yeah,
guys.
Yeah,
and then gonna go home today. I think. Usually I'll go into work, obviously, but today I might just make some music.
Nice. See, that was my plan today, after doing the podcast, to go home and make music, but I know that I'm going to go home and I'm going to have to help the chairman with his biology revision.
The worst,
because he's still on half term, so and he hasn't done his biology revision yet.
The worst one is where you plan to go make music and then you get there and nothing happens and you can't make music and you're like, this is the only time I got booked out to do it, but I can't even cut a drum.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? I had 1 week like that 3 weeks ago.
Horrible.
Because, probably like you, my studio time is extremely limited and I have to make very good use of it when I'm in the studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit painful, isn't it?
Yeah, because creativity just happens. You can't really book it in.
But if you get to the stage where, like you say, not only can you not write music, but you can't even cut a drum up.
Yeah.
That's telling you that you're tired.
Yeah. I want to mention the t-shirt, special t-shirt in one of the...
Tell us about the t-shirt, the Mitekiss t-shirt that you've made yourself.
Yeah, oh well, I didn't make it myself.
Well, we didn't make them.
I designed it.
Yeah.
But I had one sample made up and we're just going to throw it in one of the album orders. So there's a lucky surprise out there for someone.
That's brilliant. So if you are buying the album, then you get probably a 1 in 200 chance of getting a beyond limited edition Mitekiss t-shirt.
It's not even an edition. That's how...
The only one?
Yeah. Well, there's two.
So you've got one, obviously.
There's two, so yeah.
Yeah. One of 2 Mitekiss t-shirts. And it's just going to go in with one of the orders. So that's all we know.
Hot luck.
Yeah. Love that. Well, Johnny, thank you very, very much for coming on the Hospital Podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's been
always
a massive pleasure. And thanks for making such a brilliant debut album.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you.
It's a massive honour for us to release it. My name's London Elektricity, and I think I'm going to see you on the next podcast. Is that right, Dexter? Or have you got something else planned? Okay, Touchy's knows. We don't know. I know that I'm recording a rather special podcast with Quakota next week, which isn't going to have any music in it whatsoever.
Tell me more.
And that's all I'm going to say. One love, be good to each other, peace out.